This dim sum favorite has surprisingly deep flavors and is great for any meal. The combination of garlic and pepper makes it really tasty, but the best part is it's easy to make and your family will love it. Hey everyone, I'm Flo, Duties Behind the Camera, and we're all about simple food, simple faith. You know, this recipe gets the short end of the stick because when people go for dim sum, they usually order the steamed black bean spare ribs. But this dish is super flavorful. Even Dude didn't realize that it was on the dim sum list. But it's got black pepper and garlic and it's steamed. But at dim sum, you're only gonna get about 5 pieces. We're making a whole plate here. I have about 2 pounds of beef short ribs here, and they come in already sliced like this, but like 3 pieces together. And I just cut them up into smaller pieces so everyone gets a bone plus a piece of meat. I've already soaked and rinsed these ribs. So after I've sliced them into the bone segments, I soak them in water, just cold tap water, for about 10 minutes. And then I rinsed it through about 7-8 times, just until the water runs clear. The reason why I'm doing that is, well, when they're cutting the bone, there's going to be little shards of bone, and when you soak them, a lot of that impurity will actually be kind of released, so that when you eat it, it's going to be more flavorful because it's going to absorb all of the marinade, but also it's going to be more tender. First, I'm going to chop up my onion. I'm just going to slice it. And I like to slice the onion from top to bottom. I just find that it holds its shape better. Just going to put that in my mixing bowl. Also going to chop up 4 cloves of garlic. And you can use as little or as much as you like. Garlic is kind of a highlight in this dish. You can chop this as finely as you like. That's about right. I'm also going to add this to the mixing bowl. I also have a couple of Thai chilies that I'm going to slice up for garnish at the end. I'm not going to add it to the marinade because they're really heaty. So I think the black pepper is already going to add a lot of spice to it, but I do want to add some of this for color. We're going to make our marinade right in the same bowl that I put the garlic and the onions in. So 2 tablespoons of regular soy sauce or light soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce. Dark soy sauce is going to add some color. If you don't have dark soy sauce, you can just add another tablespoon of light soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of cooking wine. This is just the regular rice cooking wine. You can use the Shaoxing wine that I often use in my cooking if you like, just be a different flavor. And 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Also adding 2 teaspoons of sugar. This is to help balance out the flavor. 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Cornstarch is to help give it a velvety texture. Now, people have been suggesting I add baking soda to make it more tender. So let's add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Let's see if that makes any difference. I'm using 1 teaspoon of black peppercorn and a 1/4 teaspoon of white peppercorn. And I'm just going to use my mortar and pestle to grind it up because I find it easier than using a grinder or a pepper mill. All right, that looks good. Now, if you don't have white peppercorn, which I'm assuming a lot of people don't, you can use the ground white pepper. The white pepper actually adds a little bit more heat to whatever you're cooking as opposed to like a surfacey type of peppery. Mix this up well. We especially want that baking soda to dissolve because we don't want it to add bitterness to the dish. I'm gonna add my beef, and then I'm gonna massage the marinade right into the beef pieces, hoping that the marinade will just absorb into the meat. And I think it's easier to do it by hand so that the marinade really gets into each piece of meat. And do this for about a minute or so. See, if you look at the bottom, I'm gonna see if I can show you. There's like no marinade left, right? So patting down the ribs after you've washed them to absorb any additional liquid is really important, because you need to soak up all that water so it doesn't dilute the marinade. Okay, after you've massaged the marinade into the meat, we're gonna add 1 more teaspoon of cornstarch. This again will just help with the sauce and the velveting of the meat. And a tablespoon of cooking oil. I'm using avocado oil. You can use vegetable or canola oil, a neutral tasting oil. And continue to mix this in. We're gonna let this marinate for 30 minutes. And of course, if you marinate it up to overnight, it'll be even tastier. Okay, it's been half an hour. So now I'm getting my wok ready to steam, and a plate I know that's gonna fit. So just making sure, right? So I know the lid is also going to be able to fit around this dish. Unfortunately, I can't use my electric pressure cooker for this because this plate obviously is not gonna fit there. And we want the meat to be placed in a single layer as much as possible so that everything just cooks evenly and quickly. I'm gonna put some of my onion down the bottom. Kind of provides like a little rack for the beef to sit on top of. Just pulled out as much as I could. All the meat is not as nicely put together as earlier because they're starting to fall off the bone. Here's one that's nice. All right, I gave up with the chopsticks and started using my hands. So I did my best to try to get it into a single layer, but I did add some more onions on top and try to lay the extra pieces on top. Well, since I have my hands all dirty, I'm just gonna get all this garlic in here too.
Leave no garlic behind. Guys, you will not get this amount of food in the restaurant. An impossibility.
Yeah, true words. Okay, let's get our wok going. We want enough water in the wok so that the dish will not be touching the water. And we want to make sure that there's enough water that will steam the meat for 10 minutes. All right, once the water is a rolling boil, you can add your dish of meat. Don't burn yourself. Okay, we're gonna let it steam for 10 minutes and check on it. Because I did have to layer a couple of pieces of meat, so hopefully those will cook through. All right, moment of truth. I'm just gonna double check to see if all the meat is cooked through. Just a little bit left in the middle, so I'm gonna leave it on there for another 2 minutes. All right, I think it's done. Whoa, just lost a piece. Come back. That's good. All right, be careful taking it out. Oh my goodness, it looks and smells so good, guys. I don't want to touch the chili peppers, so I'm just going to use my chopsticks to kind of scatter them. All right, you guys, are you all ready for?
Yep.
The taste. Can you imagine if you were sitting at a dim sum table and then this was like served up in front of you? You can imagine, but that's not gonna happen. That's not reality. But at home, this is the reality. There's a lot of good meat chilling out there. All right, time's a wasting. Smelling so good. Look at all that pieces of garlic in there. And let's try the piece of onion first while it's cooling down. Oh, tender. That black pepper compared to the black bean spare ribs, totally different. More intensity, more heat, of course. This is so flavorful. Can you imagine if the marinade was like 24-hour? Whoa. Looking forward to having more of this.
Awesome, thanks, Stu. So you can eat well, save money by just making these simple recipes at home. For the black bean spare rib video, check it out. I will see you over there.